Hi, friends. Welcome back to the second Sunday show and tell, for a second time in a row. Here I'm on a Hot Wheels hunt, real quick. Even looking for M2s or anything premium, anything. I'm like, yes, I haven't seen this. It came out. Let's get the show on the road. But that wasn't quite the case. I have two of those as a spare. One of those as a spare. I'm like, no. I've seen these Catalinas. I think they're Catalinas from Johnny. Not really my thing too much. I have a ton of classic cars than premium. I'm checking out this M2 Bug, contemplating, but Shuko's kind of cooler. It's got the little luggage rack on top. I'll get around to showing it. But here I took that everything on the pegs apart, and it's kind of misery. Well, anything like I was like, yes, this is even cool. It doesn't even have to be a treasure hunt or non-treasure hunt. It's just a whole bunch of fantasy cars, spider, what are they called? Tarantula spiders or something. Just basically a bunch of fantasy cars. I've already seen that pawn a few times. Hardly no one gets that car anyways. Yeah, I will check anyways to see if there's a writing or anything under there. But it's okay looking. Not bad, not bad. Kind of weird, like squashed. It almost looks like that RLC club. What was that called? Oh man, I forget the name of it. It's got a cowboy riding and he's sticking out the top of the rat rod like that with his arm hanging out. I'd have to look it up. Hopefully, some of y'all know what I'm talking about more. But it's old school. RLC. Oh, wow. What is this? Just weird looking. Hmm. Interesting. More spider cards. I was really exhausted, but I was like, I'm gonna go see what they got here. Not, not much. This is actually all the exact same stuff from about 4 weeks ago. So I was basically like, well, I still go through it anyways just to see. Because there's guys that come in and they'll wipe out the entire case or two cases. They just dump it in the shopping cart and roll off with it. So I don't know why, but I guess there's some people that do collect every single model of every single case of these main lines that come out. I'm just into collecting realistic looking cars. Nah, I'm not into the fantasy stuff. You could really eat up a lot of space collecting all this and fast. I don't know. Nothing. I didn't show the entire thing of me going through the pace, but just a real quick overview of what I actually do that I cut out of my videos because it's like really, it's not really much there. I'm not really actually showing the cars to you guys. I'm more of a man on a mission looking for, I don't know, a really cool car. But this one was infested with just fantasy cars. There wasn't really anything realistic per se at all. But it is what it is. I'm kept digging. And like, see, it's kind of interesting looking. But I just keep going. I'm gonna dig myself into a hole in these pigs. Stuff that I actually put on this pig here, but I'm just going over it again to make sure like I didn't miss nothing at all. You get the idea of what I do. I don't care. I mean, what are the chances of something good being there in the first place if I see that it's mostly just the fantasy stuff they left behind? None. And if it's stuff I've already been through weeks ago, what are the chances? None. But I still do it anyways. So I don't walk away and have that in the back of my head. Dude, what if there was something really there and you just walked away? Here's some cool packs. I actually scored a 1932 shortly after this. I walked into a AutoZone and I seen the black 1932. I was actually admiring it in this 9-pack. I was so glad to find that. I mean, for the dollar, it's pretty decent looking car. No 5 spokes. No 5 spokes, all 6 spokes. And this was all they had here along car culture. I already got the Blue Dot, the Laurel, I don't know what all. But here's their little display case. Now we're gonna get on with some show and tell. Here's one of the cars I was after that I showed last week. It was one of my favorite finds. And it's actually because I found this last week, and then the other one just right at the end of the week before, the 1970s with the stripes on it. It's a very, very, very good detailed car. And I mean, Hot Wheels did really good with this. The way it's just slammed down, the way those real riders it brings the real riders to life. And that gray just makes it stand out a lot. A whole lot. To go with this set, I'm hoping to find the Fast and Furious Nissan Silvia. But nonetheless, here's the red one I found prior to that with the racing stripes on the hood. Fast and the Furious on real riders. This is almost the twin brother of the gray one, which is so cool to actually have both of these because Hot Wheels did really, really good with these. I like the stance on the car, the way the real riders make the lowered looking stance on the car look just vicious. This looks like something you see really just hot riding down the road. This thing looks really good. They did a really good job with these two. But I'll let it go around a little bit so y'all can get a look at it. It's a really nice looking car. Sometimes Hot Wheels will do some premium cars that they're just wow, amazing. But I can't say there's anything wrong with this car really. Like, I don't know about the 164 size. It probably is off, but I mean, next to my other cars, it looks the same. Here I'm gonna compare both cars, the gray one and this one. It has the hood the same, the front end the same, the back the same. Let's read the license plate there. Let's see. Hood the same. The front end is the same. Same SS badge. Back end's the same. Hey, wow. I think the plate's even the same. Wow. Now I get on with another hunt I was gonna open up. I haven't really messed with these here too much. This is the 1932 Ford Superfast. I haven't messed with this series too much because I've seen another gentleman on here. He was saying that all these Superfasts are just plastic, that they're just horrifically done, and I guess everybody has their own opinion. I mean, I have my opinion sometimes, and I know people don't agree with me. So I like the way this truck looked a lot, so I said $5. What's the biggie? I'll take the chance, even if it is plastic. It still looks cool, and I'll find out from there. So here I'm gonna rip it open. There it comes with the old classic Matchbox box itself to store your car in. This thing is actually really nice. I've actually started spacing out, not putting it down so y'all could get a look at it. I'm actually staring at it off screen. I'm like, wow, this thing is cool. It's a 1932 Ford pickup. I know I've already said that. And the color is amazing. It isn't, to my surprise, completely plastic or, as I feel, really cheap done. You see this edge where I'm pointing at? It's like the trimmed step well, the fender that goes around the bottom. That is plastic. But it seems like a pretty sturdy plastic. The rest of the truck is metal. The door's open here. I'm trying to open the doors, but I'm exhausted. And the doors actually outsmarted me, and I was like, I'll just let it go. I was checking to see if maybe the hood opened. That had been really cool if those hoods opened up side on the sides like that, sideways. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you probably have to look it up, but they open on the sides. But anyways, I give up on both and know the hood don't open. The doors do, both doors do open. I'm just gonna leave it as it is. I might get into closing door issues later if I keep messing with it. But the rims really make this thing stand out. It gives it a old classic look with a modern touch with the aftermarket wheels on it. I like it for the price point. It's not bad. It's a good show and tell. So I may get the Porsche and the VW now that I've done it. And here's another one to go with the Fast and Furious theme. It's one of the ones I found a couple of weeks ago, but I was over ecstatic over finding a bunch of those Auto World Cadillacs and different things. It's in my older video when my audio was real horrific. But anyways, I'm gonna open this Lambo. I'm curious. I'm kind of like, I don't know if it's good or not good. This Lambo to me is just, it's nothing that I'm like super ecstatic about, and it's nothing that I go, yes, that's a really excellent casting or a really horrific casting. I don't know. I think it's just there. I don't know. Black rims, the way they did black on yellow, it looks okay. I don't know. I just feel like there could be more done with this car. It could just be me. I'm not saying it's a bad car or it's a bad casting, like the worst I've seen or something. No, but I feel like something's missing from this car. I just can't put my hand on it. The base is metal. It's a very thin metal. It's a sharp looking car. I figured to add to the collection. And here is the other Tomica I got, the Suzu Giggle Fry whatever truck, and this is something I wanted to talk about. And on the second wave, here, see it says Isuzu Giga Fried potato truck. But anyways, something I want to talk about. They're putting out a second wave of these at Walmart. Well, it's the same wave that came out in 2016, and a lot of people are gonna go home. Yeah, and then prior to that, they also, well, not the whole collection, just one particular vehicle I'm going to talk about here in a second. I really struggled to get this thing open. I've watched so many people pop the backs off of them, and I'm trying to do the same thing, and for some reason mine always stays sealed. I think that only works on the cars. It could just be this thing. But they're going to release a second wave of cars. Of course, it's going to be different than the Walmart release from 2016. It wasn't really released. Somehow people were getting their hands on it, and it's just very confusing. But anyways, they've been up for sale for a while on the net with that Walmart packaging. But also this same release that I'm gonna be chasing, well, one of the vehicles in the release was put out prior to that in 2013, but it wasn't a Walmart release. It was just a regular Tomica basic line. It's called the Animal Transporter, but it was done in blue. And this second wave that's coming through, it's gonna be in it, where it's done in white, and it's done in the Walmart packaging. You can go on eBay right now and see it. It's been up forever. But here's the Fry car. I don't know. I'm not into fantasy collections. I mean vehicles, but somehow I'm like, this thing would look cool sitting on top of a diorama building of a restaurant or something. I don't know. It's interesting. Though some of the concepts they come out with. I mean, Hot Wheels is infamous for doing this kind of thing, like, bizarre fantasy cars or whatever. But I think Tomica really hits home runs with this kind of stuff. And as weird as this might sound, I'm not sold too much on this basic line. It's kind of kiddish, toyish. It's a toy basically. but it's a cool, it's real cool done toy. It's, it's not so over the top fantasy, but it is cool. And here's what I was talking about. This was back in 2016. This is gonna be in their second wave. But thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. And if you did, like and subscribe. And it's nice seeing you guys. And I'll get back at you tomorrow.